Welcome to Vibrational Revelations. Today, we have a very special episode with Dreyer from Norway, and we are going to explore his hero's journey. And really, it's really a big honor for us to host you, today, and for the world, for at least for our community to find out about your journey. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me, really. It's an honor, and I appreciate so much what you are delivering to the world, really, because this is truly a new way to help people, and also you bring in some really new, exciting tools into the awareness and into consciousness itself, right? So I'm very excited.
Thank
I
you.
love this.
Thank you. Thank you. When I first asked you, this was like a couple of months ago, you're like, well, let me think about it. Let me think about it. And I thought, yeah, because you are in the hot seat, but it's so needed. I think your story is so important because, as you know, we all tend to go through our own hero's journeys of going up and down. And when we revealed your numbers, of course, where you are at the moment, it's like, wow, your numbers are so high, right? And people say, well, that's just natural for him. But we'll go into all of your frequencies. And I would love, or we would love, for you to elaborate on what it felt like to be in those frequencies. And then the story of how you've been coming home, I would say, right? Because those frequencies are really all about coming home to you and to all that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So
let's do that.
Let's do that. And then, of course, as always, we'll take all the questions at the very end. All right. So your reading you've done in two parts. You've had part one last year, and then we've rechecked your frequencies this year, and you've had your lifetime this August, right? You wanted to go into your lifetime. So we'll go through all the numbers, and then we want to hear what it is that you have to share. So your overall frequency is a frequency of 600 peace. And I love that because, interacting with you, and I know that I've had a pleasure of interacting with you more than just twice, right? It's because you've also booked readings for your children. You wanted to know you have 4 kids. But it is, it's everything is frequency because we're all emitting this vibration, energy, information. And to me, you absolutely embody this frequency. I can't even imagine what you were like 20 years ago when you had your other frequencies, but I think you will take it.
I will tell you.
Yeah. Now, you asked us to check your before incarnation frequency. And that time, like sometimes if people ask for it, we will check it. And your before incarnation frequency is 700, which is this level of enlightenment. And then you came in at 500, so you incarnated at the frequency of 500 love. So you did have that drop. Sometimes we talk about it that some people before incarnation, the number is very similar. In your case, there was absolutely a drop. And what does that mean? I don't know, but maybe you'll have some insight for us too, what you perceive it could be. And you were born at the frequency of 250. So you've had another massive drop of frequency. Now, health. You viewed health through the lens of love, 525. Finances, you asked us to recheck. That's 250. Neutrality.
Wow, it's actually up from courage, right?
Courage, yeah, it went up. Creativity. So this is beautiful because you create from the frequency of love, 500. Relationships you view through the lens of peace, 650. Personal growth, you're fully committed to your own enlightenment, and that's 850. Beautiful. Philanthropy, the art of sharing and giving, and for you it's love, 500. Intuition. So the last time we checked your intuition, overall number was 675, which is peace. And then we broke it down into 4 aspects because last year, remember, we didn't do the 4 aspects of intuition. Yeah, 675 overall. Clairaudience is 600, peace. Clairsentience, which is feeling, right? Receiving messages through feeling, how you're able to perceive another person. And that's enlightenment, 700. Clairvoyance, 700. And claircognizance, your inner knowing, is 700. So I would say based on your number, you definitely trust your intuition. That's your guiding force, right? Now, there's 4 other numbers, which you have no idea. We just measured them, but I know you've asked us, right, to measure those. And that is the new aspect that we introduce, and that's the levels of intelligence, right? So your IQ, the frequency is 375, which is acceptance. EQ, the emotional intelligence, is 500. So that's your strong point. You tend to rely on your feelings, right? On this emotional, deep emotional messages, connections from a frequency of love. SQ, which is the social aspect of intelligence. How do you do in communities? And what gets triggered? And for you, it's a frequency of love as well, 500. So for you, community is very important. And no wonder, because you just shared with us recently that you're setting up this big retreat center, right? Which you'll share with us afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? And AQ has to do with adversity, right? Your ability to be resilient. So for you, the emotional frequency that gets triggered is courage, 200. Okay.
Something to work on. Yeah.
Something, yeah. That's good to know.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. All right. So now
we're going to percentages. In the joy is 92%. Yes, as of how much fun you're having playing the role of chattel in this reality, right? In the now, how much time you spend in the now, in the present moment, it's 84%.
But these numbers, I just want to say, was from last year, right?
From November of last year, yes. In the ego, we rechecked, it is 60%, right? Which is still way below average, what we'll say. And 56% of that is the inferior version of the ego, so pretty balanced when it comes to what thoughts you're paying attention to, right? The most. Integrity, 100%. So you're extremely loyal to your truth, right? Self-awareness, 98%. Clarity, 98%. Divine purpose, your alignment with your divine purpose is at 94%. Yes. Your alignment with your personal purpose is at 96%. Or was, I should say, was back in November. Your energy purity in November of 2020, when your frequency was 600, and it still is 600, level of peace, was 98%. Now you give him before incarnation. Now your compassion is 100%. Empathy, 100%. And you're experiencing the 7th dimension, or at that time you were experiencing the 7th dimension 83% of the time. So this could
this was last time we checked, it was August 24th. Right. It's pretty high. It
could be a little different, but not much.
Yes. So let's go through your numbers. We won't go into your emotions. We'll just go through all the numbers throughout your life to paint the picture of what you actually had to overcome, which people will find very interesting. Really hero's journey. All right, so you were born at the frequency of 250. And you stayed at that frequency until 5 years old. And then your frequency dropped between 6 and 10 years old to a frequency of fear, 100. And you stayed there until 15. So you've stayed at fear until 15 years old. And then you had your massive drop. The dark night of the soul, 16 to 20 years old. And this is where you went into 50 frequency. And you stayed there until 25 years old. And I just want to bring this to people's attention because this is such an important number for people to recognize, because I think every human being goes through these shifts, but to recognize that you actually have the ability to go from 50, okay, to 600, and then you have your 850s in your chart, and that's remarkable. And you're actually such a great example. This is why we've asked you to show what's possible, because every human being has the ability to do that. And then 26 to 28 years old, you shifted. And I always want to know, later you'll share with us what it was that helped you shift. And you went into this frequency of courage, 225. That was your awakening. And a lot of times, like we hear people say, I feel like I've had an enlightenment, right? Because it does feel like that. When you go from 50 to this 225 courage, it feels like, wow, like I've had an enlightened moment, right, in my life. And then 29 to 31, your frequency has shifted to willingness, 310. 32 to 35, your frequency shifted to 350, acceptance. 36 to 38, you began to embody love frequency, 500. And then since 39 years old until now, right, your frequency has been at peace, and it's ever shifting and ever evolving, because you're also one of those people that is seeking for that. This is part of your nature, right? And that's why I said it's part of you going home. It feels like a natural process for you.
Yeah, yes. It does.
It does. So, okay, people want to know, like, what the heck? What was happening when you were in your 50 frequency? I think you were quite a rebel, from what I remember you shared with us too, right?
Oh yeah, during my life there was, especially from this age of 15 though, when I still was, actually I got into the apathy 55 area. And I'm sure I was deep into shame as well. I have to tell you that. I believe so during that time. But let's go back a little to I remember that I was told by my mother that I was dead when I was born. So actually dead for several minutes. And so something happened for sure. I don't have any memories in my mind, of course, from that experience, but it was a death and rebirth at that point. And then I was born into, somehow, I would say, some part was working very well and some part was very dysfunctional in our family. And I would say that the dysfunctional part was mostly my father and his uncorrected ego states, and he lost himself all the time into that. And of course, that's a challenge for a child. So I can remember a lot with my mind, for sure, from the age of probably 3 years old, lasted for years. Anyhow, so of course a child ends up in fear, in a fear state, and suppressed in a way, and also I would say disconnected from soul, just survival mode, absolutely into retracting into the body and trying to protect yourself in this state, right? So it's a very painful, extremely painful survival state. So the feeling of that is not fun. And probably some people have experienced such states, and it is going through pain, a lot of pain. And for a child, you don't understand this pain, you don't understand anything of that with your mind at all. And that makes it also very confusing. And so to end up with apathy is not a strange thing after physical abuse, I would say. It's very, very understandable. And for me to see people, and I've talked to people that have experienced much worse than I have. And so I can understand and relate to them, and I also now assist them and help them getting over it, because I can see their states and what they go, and I understand them. And so they are quite good, and I would say not easy, but is good solutions to really heal from trauma during our journeys. And we are really here also to get back to ourselves. So this has been my greatest gift. You see, that I am so appreciative. I'm so thankful to my father, because he was like he was, and he gave me this gift to be able to see the depth of what it's about, what it is to be a human, right? What it is to feel the strongest emotions that you can imagine, and to have your heart broken up so really the light can come in, right? So it was a huge gift to me. And if I had not experienced those states of huge suffering and pain, I would not have had the desire to grow like I have, right? So I'm not angry, and it's about, for me, it's now in my state now, it's about forgiveness. So forgiveness is a deep state. If you understand, getting into absolute peace, you have to have forgiveness in your heart. You have to give back what you think you are. You have to have unlearned and peel away the onion in a way. You have to peel away what you are not, and you have to have deep forgiveness, and that's giving back to creation itself what's not you, and surrender to that, and surrender even to the pain of it, and finding beauty in the pain. And if you when you dive deep enough into this this journey of truly forgiving yourself, forgiving and giving back whatever you experience you had, then you will heal. It's not that hard, really. It's to get to the level of peace and to live in peace. It's your natural state. So it's not really hard. The hard part is that your ego is in the way. Your ego wants to be the victim. It wants to play this. Oh, poor me. Look at me. I'm so I'm so poor. This look at me. How terrible I have it in my states, right? All that. So of course I'm not saying this to step on anybody's toes. But let's go back to the apathy part, because when you get through the fear part of like 10 years in fear, it's natural to get numb in life. You get numb, and you lose your sense of passion, and you lose your sense of inner drive in a way. And that lasted for 10 years, was it not? Like that from
10 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and during that I got into gang violence, and I got into a lot of shit that was really bad. And so I'm really lucky to have come out of this without real damages, and in that state you are not even conscious. You're disconnected from soul. It is what I would call hell. And my body was sick all the time. I was absolutely like deteriorating. So it was a very, very painful state to be in, those 10 years. What changed for me was first I got into the military, and I chose, of course, a place where I would achieve, actually I would challenge myself a little, and it was the elite forces of Norway. So those that go to Afghanistan, whatever. And I got really tested, for sure. And I think some of the seeds of my growth started there, because I started to really perform and achieve, and I was running. We were out in the forest like 1.5 hours every day with a big sack on the back, and it was really was pushed extremely hard to the borders of pain and whatever. Okay, so that was lasted a year. was about 20 years in 21. Then I studied for 3 years in, I traveled to another city, and I was studying, and I remember very well that I was deep into the psychology part of business psychology and such, and I found it very interesting, and I managed to get the top grades on that. That was this was during the courage test. I think it was starting to build up to that. Then I actually around 25, 26 years old, I started my first business, and I had courage enough to do that. I think probably it was after my first trip to Anthony Robbins, and I went on a fiery call and everything like that, unleashed the power within. And that was a huge turning point for me. This changed things for me at that point. And I went three more times to Anthony Robbins, and I also brought my brother. He is here with us actually, Anders, on one of them, and I think he was coming 2 times also. And I even brought my father and my mother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea you did that.
Yeah. So this was growth. This was growth for me, for sure. And after that, I went deeper into the personal development field. It was more in the typical personal development field. You're reading Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Think It, and Richest Man in Babylon. I can mention about 100 books that I have, of course, dived into. I was very hungry at that time, extremely hungry. And so remembering my states then was frantically much more hungry and like pushing on very much more, not in a peace at all, not at all. So, and my brother can vouch for that for sure. Well, anyhow, so this lasted for a few years, and then at 39 there was another shift. I think that was when I entered the willingness point, and that was my first child. His name was Orion, and that changed things. So when I get a child, things changed, and that really opened me up to a new level, I would say, becoming a father. And it turned me into willingness, of course. And then I got 3 more children. And of course, that brings you also into love. I don't say that, oh, the children brought me into love. No, you have to do the work, but you do the work. And it was an inspiration for me to do that work. Of course, it's more inspirational when you have a real purpose in your life, right? Mm-hmm. So my purpose was becoming more and more my children, and still my children, because now I see that I want to bring peace into the whole world, because I want my children to stay safe and to have a place that their children and children's children will be absolutely safe, and really their souls will thrive here. So that's my mission now, for sure. As bringing peace on earth, and everything I do is in this area, towards this goal of being at service towards humanity as a whole. I would say this is my mission now.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I just thought about something I read this morning. Usually the first thing when I wake up, I like to read news, since we don't watch it on TV. And I saw something, and it's very much related to what you just shared. Jeff Bezos just made an announcement that he sees that humanity moving forward in the future will no longer be born on Earth, and Earth will be a place of destination to visit for the very few, and humanity will be in these colonies kind of like he was referring to Interstellar, Jodie Foster film. I don't know how many of you have seen it. And I just thought, oh my God, like that's just not where I
Yeah,
want.
that's he's not that powerful, really.
What?
If you look at all those with so much money, finances, they think that's that's where power comes from.
Mhm.
Not really, not really.
That's
When you
it.
get
So I was just gonna say, I love the vision of your world. I'm in that world. We're in that world. I want my children and grandchildren to really enjoy, as Bruce Lipton this weekend said, the Garden of Eden, which is here and now on planet
here
Earth.
and now.
It's here
Yeah.
now. So thank you for reminding us of that and for being here, existing at this time, choosing to incarnate and inspire and bring peace just by your existence.
Yeah, right. That's what we at least I'm here for that. So I hope more, not hope, I know more people, and people like you. Bruce Lipton is a huge inspiration, right? He also brings peace to the world, and then you have Eckhart Tolle and a lot of brilliant minds that will assist in this. So it doesn't matter too much what those shadow players are doing. It only helps and assists us, because what's happening really is that it breaks the hearts open. If you listen to my story, then you know some hearts needs to be broken to grow into something beautiful and to open up into the fullest potential of who they are, because we need to unlearn who we are not, right? So, and we need to learn how to live here and now, and the only truth that really exists and ever will, that's here and now for you. And when you are living here and now, then you are living in your full truth. It's not really that hard, right? So we make it so hard. It's not really that hard.
I just thought of something I was reminded of. Yesterday, I took Sophia to a dentist and I was picking her up, and the dentist said to me, "Oh, how are your boys?" I said, "Great." And she said, "And Sophia is a rose." And I thought, oh, this is what Jacob said. And
About his daughter. Right?
about his daughter. And you just reminded me that actually every human being is a rose.
Yes.
Because we're all unfolding. And this is what life is about, right? So the beauty comes with time, with wisdom.
And the thorns could represent the ego.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the masculine part. That's the, if you see, everybody plays a little with the masculine, the divine masculine feminine side, right? What people don't understand is not really duality. It's one holistic picture. And the thorns and the waves and the claws and the bites and everything, that's the masculine part trying to protect the ocean of the feminine. And so it's really the whole. And if you understand this holistic picture of that, then we start to become much more sensitive to, and we see that, okay, maybe I will soften this thorn a little, so we create more beauty in this world rather than all the fangs and all the really protective stuff. Right? Open up your hearts a little, and then let the ocean of the feminine come out. Right? This is really a surrender into the now, because when we do that, the guards and the guards you have up will loosen, and it will lessen, and slowly by slowly you will get into the present moment, and there you live. Right? And there's where flow happens. It's really here. Yes. And then there cannot be any fear, and then the creative colors of you comes out, and you start to blossom like this rose, and you become this beautiful potential of who you really are. That's you. That's how you are.
Yes, and unfortunately, most people have been programmed to suppress that divine feminine. And exercise the survival mechanism, and instead of allowing their divinity to flow freely. to its fullest expression, right?
That's right.
Mm. And I know that you have a new project, right? Is it already like happening? Do you want to share just briefly about your place in the Amazons?
Yeah. It's already done. I have been building that for 5 years. It's a little village, and it's already there. We have the most beautiful beach, the most beautiful place. Would like to show you really some pictures though, but
Yes. Where is it? Let people know where it is. And what is the mission behind it? What
it is in more actually it's in the heart of the Amazon in a river called Rio Arapios, and that's in a third-degree river because this is a blue river, one of the oldest in the Amazon that flows down into the big Tapajós River, and this is the most watery place with clear water in the world by far, by a long shot. It's absolutely the biggest aqueduct in the world, and these rivers run out into the Amazon, the Brown River, and then it goes down out in the ocean afterwards. So it's and this is called the Caribbean of the Amazon because it's so beautiful. It's like it's incredible to imagine. It's almost impossible to imagine that it actually exists such places like this.
And what is the big vision of this place? So you have it's a place where people can stay or can actually live and be in a community.
So we have built 16 cabins on this place. Different sizes, like a small one, and then a medium one, and a big one is 100 square meters big, 2 stories, and it's beautiful structures. And so we have built 10, I think 10 of them, yes, yeah. And I have a new cabin design also coming up now. So, and this we have also built the yoga hall, and that is also a beautiful structure. We have internet, we have our own electricity, we have our own well. All this system is with solar panels, and so we are totally off grid, and we have 1.8 kilometers of sandy beach at the front. So it's a huge beach.
Okay, so you're setting up this off-grid community that people can buy. It's properties people can buy and live, or just come and visit.
They can buy a cabin at the space. They have a cabin and they have access to the whole infrastructure, the whole system, everything that has been built and invested millions in this. And we have great community cooperations with the communities and the indigenous around. It's a beautiful thing happening. Yeah.
And how are indigenous people reacting to outsiders coming in and building such communities?
Yeah, the janitor family, they are the leaders of the 4 communities around also, and they keep they are the balance point and the peace points there. They really do a great job. And of course, we nurture all the communities around because it's important to build a relationship with them and have them happy. So we have a very peaceful relationship with all of them. And we have contributed. We have opened a place for them for social, for weddings and for such like that. And we assist them in building community houses, other places, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have been doing a lot, really, for the community.
That's wonderful. I do remember, because I know you love to study all kinds of systems. I know you and I have had several conversations about it. Jennifer wants to see the photos of the place.
Oh.
There's a couple of people that asked for that.
Yeah. All right. Should I share my screen with you then?
Yes, please. Yes.
This is pictures of your project, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I felt when you said beaches. It had to be in Brazil. Yeah.
This is not the ocean. This is rivers. It looks like the ocean, though. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is the front of the beach looking, a child looking out, was the mother taking this picture. So here it is, the lungs and
Right.
the
Brazil.
Yeah.
kidneys and the lungs of the world. Yeah.
Well,
This is,
the Amazon runs through Peru as well.
this is the Amazon going from the Andes Mountains
From Peru all the
and
way to Brazil. And
all the way this way out in the Belém, the city of Belém is here. So here we travel into the, and you see the Brown River here.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the Amazon River. And then this beach, this is my beach. This is our beach. Yeah. So here is a 300,000 people city called Santarém. So it's an air, it fits very well because it's an air place with 2 ports. It's very great. And this is a beautiful also Alto do Chao. You can Google it. It's a beautiful ocean, river city. Yeah. And here you see it's enormous. It's enormous. Just from here to here, you cannot almost not see from the one end to the other because of the curvature of the earth. It's over 30 kilometers just from here to here. So it almost doesn't see the trees even from this end to this end. So this is the most watery place on earth, this whole place like this. And this is blue clear water. And this river here runs into the Tapachó. This is the Riviera Rapids. It runs into the Tapachó River. And here it is if you dive deeper into this. And this is the beach. Quite paradisey, right?
Mm-hmm.
These yellow trees only blossom 3 days per year. So I was lucky to have it. And then it falls down within 3 days as a blanket of yellow blanket. It's beautiful. And we have our own lake, like 2-3 kilometers wide over there. This is the beach from that side, and here you see some of the lake.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's 1.8 kilometers from here to here. Quite beautiful. Takes 20 minutes to walk from one side to the other. This is, yeah, see, clear water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the starry sky from the beach, actually.
beautiful.
Okay.
Where we have pink dolphins, of course. We have to have pink dolphins. And this is one of the trees, like 4 hours away from our place. Here's me. This is not the biggest tree. This is the biggest tree, the avatar tree.
It looks
This is called the Samauma. It's the big water bearers. They suck up every rainy season 10,000s of liters and give it back during dry seasons.
Oh wow! The trees do that.
The trees do that.
Amazing! Wow.
Yeah. So now let's go into the area that we have built. It's already finished. So this is the port, the gate. You see, it almost looks like an ocean, right? Straight out. It's in the river mouth. They're going there.
wow.
Yeah. So this is what I have built. It's a little village, yeah. Yes. And this, yeah, we have done something like this. You see, this was taken 1 week ago. And we are building edible gardens, beautiful edible gardens with a lot of different kinds of herbs and stuff. And like this is a banana tree here. Yeah, we have a lot. So everything is growing. And these are some of the biggest cabins over here. We have 10 of these, 100 square meters exotic stuff. And this, the water tower. This is the yoga place with the solar system on top of it. Yeah, the solar system. And the greenhouse. This is one of the main kitchens, the outer ones. We have one over there also. And at night, oh, let me see, like this. And here is the first building we built, actually, this one. So
People live there full time or just like part-time people come?
nobody is living there. Nobody is allowed to live there full time because we want this to have it as a retreat place, combination of vacation community. So it is a hybrid system where people can come for a few months. They have their own cabin. Either they own the whole cabin or they own a part of it. And I'm selling. So there is possibilities for people to actually get into the place and to invest into the place. It has to be a balance point and everything, right? So you cannot build and build and build and construct. At some point, maybe I will build more cabins with another design. But this is my cabin. We have I have 9 different animal chairs and a beautiful table that the community was gifting me, actually. So we have beautiful furniture like this. This is the yoga hall. Yeah. So these are the constructors, these are the builders, and this one is the janitor. So we have a lot of good people that has been. This one is for sale now. This one, small one. This is a medium one. This is a small one. This is a big one. And this is the best spot, of course. There's 1/4 ownership that's possible to get into this cabin. Of course, and everybody that buys into the area gets access to the whole thing, everything, full access. But the cabins are not the main value one access when one gets into this place, because everything has been built, millions invested into the place. So it's really getting access to such a place like this and being part of that. And even the lake, the whole lake, 2-3 kilometers, and creating this paradise. It's called Paraíso da Vida, Paradise of Life. It is for the pure enjoyment, really. That's my mission here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Virgin, pretty virgin, actually.
Yeah. So very quickly through the cabins. These are the small ones.
What's the temperature like there? Is it humid, hot?
Actually, it's very, very nice climate right here at this place, because the wind goes on 85% of the time, almost from straight on. So it's also very little mosquitoes, extremely little. So it's like 28 to 30 degrees, but then you get wind, and it's quite comfortable, really, it's very comfortable. And the water is like 26 degrees to around 26 degrees all year long.
That's nice.
It is nice. It is truly, and it's safe to bathe there. It's completely safe at the beach.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so these
Taya wants to know if you said there's no mosquitoes. That's an important part.
I don't say it's no, but it's so little that it is really not a problem, as I have seen over the last 5 years I've been there. Also during the rainy season, then of course there's a little more during the most rainy season, but I don't find it troubling. It's very, very nice. And we have bats every morning and every evening. They swarm the place with small bats. They swarm all over us. They're flying around, and they are taking all the insects. So it's
a little arm.
Yeah. Geraldine is asking what wood is being used in those cabins.
Oh, it's actually we have seven different woods, all legal. It has been, the floor is Masaranduba. It's the this is the bullet wood. This is the big ones. So yeah, the floor, every floor and pillars are made with bullet wood. They will sink straight down to the ocean because it's so dense and heavy. And the termites does not like this wood. It's even too heavy for them. And we take care of, always take care of this and have a watchful eye 24/7 on this with our janitors know this stuff. And it's protected, and we have a cycle of refurnishing the cabins. That's when the rental system, we have a rental system with a company called We Care, and they are very professionals really, and we have a partnership with them, and then we rent out to weddings. So we had a wedding last this month there, and it brings in energy, and even maybe we will have a profit, but that's not the point. The point is to have it and to take care of it, and to have the whole place really taken care of. So it's flowing. It's really flowing. This is you have 30 square meters, just in the biggest cabin on the terrace.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is creation. And see.
That's wonderful.
I have no idea where it ends up, but it ends up even more beautiful than I could imagine.
How is it that you came across this piece of land?
I always get this question. Like, it was through a friend of mine that said she knew someone that has been a Norwegian actually that has been living there, and it was a Norwegian master in the kayaking. And he has been living there for 12 years, and he has traveled by and found some beautiful lands. Said, and oh, do you want to buy some? They wanted to gather some people. Sure. So I bought 20 acres at that time, and now I invested so more and more, so it's 220 acres now, so it's quite big expansion, right? You can go on paraisodavida.com.
I do remember when we did an episode with Abi on Hebrew alphabet and the Kabbalah, right? That this was something that you said you were very interested in. I'm curious, at what age did you start to dive into that realm as well? Because
29, 30. Yeah.
Oh, 29 to 30. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
probably I should mention that. It should be. And I went to Israel to meet with Rav Mikael Leitman and listen to him. And there was a group of, it was in the Baruch group, and it was like 2,000 people, and very exciting. Actually, it was several days event, real work for sure, real work with the ego. And the women were sitting on one side and the men on the other side. And I was wondering why are they doing that? That's because the desires of the man should not be triggered during teachings. So of course, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
They must have the same belief, right?
I think so. Yes. But we did reveal Dr. Leitman in our episode, in that same episode, the person that you're referencing that you went to listen. But you've been following that teaching as well and incorporating it amongst many other teachings into your life, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. Yes, I have. It has probably been the major factor in regards to me working on my altruistic desires rather than the egoistic desires, and transmuting them into the ego into the giving desires, right? That's what Kabbalah is all about. It's the right way to receive, and the only right way to receive is to be a giver. And as more you open up to be a giver, then the more you can receive. And you become an empty mirror that flows through you, like a channel, I would say, right? And this is the right flow. Most people, they think, oh, I want something, and they go for it like with, oh yeah, I'm going for it. I'm this go-getter. And they forget about the giving part in it. So they just want with all their desires, and they don't understand why in the world do I not get it, right? Well, you don't have this balance. You have to have balance between your altruistic giving desires and the receiving one, and then the energy flows the right way.
You actually have one of the lowest egos, like besides some of the public figures we revealed, like really one of the lowest egos that we've read, because most people are like 80 and 90s, right? That's very common, especially in the 90s, but you have to 60, what you have, 60%. Yeah, last year you were even lower than that, but there was like a little shift, which is not much, but it's
yeah, it was 51%, I
cool.
think. It was
51% ego. It's like, wow. Yeah.
Well, I have needed a little more ego to finish the place in the Amazon, and also make some changes in my life for sure. So it has been necessary. If you eliminate the ego completely, then there are certain things you might not be able to do also. So it's not an evil thing to have an ego, but use it as a tool, and not get into the victim mind of the ego, right? And the victim part. That's when you end up where I was at the apathy part. That's the victim part of it. It's a nasty place.
Right.
Yes. Well, thank you. Let's see if I'm sure people have questions. So please post your questions, and I am happy to read them out to you. Oh.
Yeah, when people are writing questions, maybe I could share a couple of my poems before.
Yes. Okay. What's pre-incarnation again, Leanne? Leanne is asking you pre-incarnation 700.
Yes.
But let me read a question to you, Kristen wrote. I'd like to know if you can identify when you're in the frequency of peace. Can you tell when your frequency dips? And what do you do to bring it up? That's a great question for you.
Very good question. Very good. I'm very happy that you asked such a question. Who was it that asked this question? Kristen. Thank you. Yeah, of course, I feel it very, very well. It's incredible. It's not that, oh, I'm now living in this lovey-dovey state that I don't feel anything, right? It's absolutely opposite of that. It's really feeling everything that, and even feeling it so strongly that your heart almost bursts sometimes. It has nothing to do with the emotions. It's a state of consciousness when you come to the level of peace. So you should feel every fractal of the human experience, and even the collective, right, at the fullest of your potential. And I'm not afraid of feeling. I was very afraid of feeling. So afraid that I was locking myself up really before. But well, my heart, you could say, have been broken so many times, so it doesn't matter anymore. So now it's open. It's absolutely open, and I love feeling. I even love the feeling of pain. It doesn't. It sounds very strange, right? But it feels. It's a current. It's this current of just the feeling of feeling alive, no matter the feeling. And so don't be afraid of the feeling itself. Just flow with it and observe your feeling states. And while you observe your feelings, you get aware. That's awareness in the now. That's when you're aware of what's flowing through you in the present moment. And that's how you can be present, really. That's how you live in your truth. You have to be truthful to yourself, like, okay, now I feel shitty. Now I feel really shitty in my body. Okay, well, let's observe that a little. Like, let's play with that. Let's see where that comes from, right? Do that game with yourself rather than falling victim to your emotions or attach yourself to your emotions, because it's not you. It's just a visitor. It's just you. It should just flow through you. Really, it's not yours to keep. Don't cling to the emotions. It should flow like it's called emotions for a reason, right?
Mhm.
So did I answer the question? Really?
Yes.
How do I bring myself back again? Well, when you get to the level of the consciousness of peace, the contrasts of duality is for you to observe more than to attach yourself to at all. That's you are at peace with that fully. So you just bounce back into it. It's not effort. It's no effort needed at all. Absolutely zero effort to bring yourself back to that state. And I know in myself that, oh, now I had this day was not a good day. I go out in the forest and there I sit for a while, or I go to the ocean, I have a bath or a shower, something like that, and or a sound bath or something like that, just to cleanse my aura and just flip the energy, because everything is vibration. So if you can raise your vibration, just dance a little, just move your body, do something like that, have a grounding, go out barefoot in the snow or at the grass or wherever you live, like out, get your electrons flowing in, everything you can do. Eat something nice, healthy, good, take a smoothie, do a juice, whatever, right? It's not making it so, not attach too much to that, but do everything you can that is within the area of self-love, to taking care of yourself, for sure. Everything like that. That will raise your awareness and your consciousness, and you bring you back again very, very fast.
And it helps you to stay in the present moment, right? Which makes it easier to integrate. And if you have difficulties to stay in the present moment, light up a match and burn your finger. That will bring you to the present moment very quickly. Yeah?
Absolutely right. I want to share one very powerful method that I'm using every day. It's one of my routines. Actually, I have several of these simple routines, right? But I can take you through it very fast. How I start my day is that I fill up my water jugs, and it's the cleanest water I can have, so I have water cleaner also, right? And then I put it to charge on my grounder plate, and then I have a prayer with the water. That's the most important thing, of course. If you don't have this technology stuff, it's not really important, as we have talked about in the water programs. I recommend you all see that Elena and Alejandro has done. Then the prayer part is the most important. When you put your intention for your day or for your flow in the now and you have a communication with yourself through the medium of water, really. You are water. You are everything. And then you communicate what you want it to bring and what you want to bring to the world, really, right? And so this is my medium. I use water as this kind of medium to balance things out. And I bring my intention, I say, and this I actually learned from Elena and Alejandro during the first session, to use I am, because the vibration of I am was 1000, right? And so it really hit me, and like, wow, okay. From this moment, I was using that. So I used I am love, I am peace, I am joy, I am timeless, I am boundless, I am safe, I am whole and complete, I am integrated. And soon I will hopefully say I'm fully integrated. That would be cool, right? But I don't know how cool it would be. you have to go through and be truthful in your state, right? So you have to go through shedding more peel more of this and onion, right? Well, anyhow, all this, and you program your water, and then you drink it. And the other thing is that every day before I go out in nature, I'm out in nature every day, at least 1 or 2 hours. Then I take a cotton, organic cottons, and for me as a man, I like to make spears, of cotton, and for me, it's pouring everything that I reborn myself every day. I cleanse myself for every story, everything that I have been or have attachment to. I cleanse it into these cottons every day. So I reset myself at every day, 1 time per day. It's a death and rebirth cycle, if you understand.
Yes.
And I breathe into this, and I put everything, both the good and the bad, and every experience, whatever, I give it back to nature. And then I go out and I find the fruitful places, like the vaginas of nature. Sounds strange maybe, but it's, whatever beautiful place I can put these seeds in. And for a woman, should make the balls, the eggs, not the spares. This is an Indian technique used in an Indian village somewhere. And so it's really powerful. It will recalibrate you and it will cleanse you every day. So this is an advice from me.
I like that.
Sounds great.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Leanne is asking, do you notice a big difference between frequencies under 500 and over 500? Is there a big shift between feeling confused about how the world works than feeling clarity?
Mm-hmm. Also a very good question. I could say that I feel very, very huge differences falling down even to the recent part. If I have this fall like that and get into my very extremely intellectual mind part of the consciousness field, of course I feel it. And for me, it doesn't feel comfortable because it's a fall, it's a fall, So it does. So I lose my peace in that state. And it's a huge contrast, really, to lose your peace into something. It doesn't feel good at all. It really doesn't feel good. And for me, it manifests as something in the solar plexus. It's like the storm is intensifying in the solar plexus, really. And also my brain starts to, calculate even more faster and stress. It stresses my body to go there. It doesn't mean that this can be a hugely powerful state, to be in. If you have a jump up to the high reason part, you can create like crazy. You see Elon Musk and Donald Trump and those guys that have this state, it's incredible. They create so much in the world. So I honor people that also use that state to really create beauty in this world, and not only for the sake of themselves, but also for the sake of the world. Did I answer this question fully?
Yes. One thing I want to add for me, when I feel this, and it becomes extremely obvious when you're in large groups of people. And I think during COVID, we've all been separated. So when you go and you immerse yourself in large groups of people, it becomes extremely obvious. And one way I described it the other day to a girlfriend, it feels like you walk in and the music is off, right? The notes are being played in the wrong key. So there's this dissonance. It's like if there is an orchestra, right? The orchestra is playing, every music instrument is just not in sync, not in tune. And that's what it feels like, this total shock to the physical body, exactly what you're describing. Your mind goes into chaos and you just want to go away to rebalance yourself, to be able to come back in and create the field to be able to handle, right, this kind of energies. And I think when we're separated from it for a while and then we're jumping right back in, it will become very obvious for many people who haven't been around a lot of people in quite some time.
Yeah, and it becomes easier and easier to maintain your state as you go deeper into it, you know, as you evolve into your state of consciousness and you fully accept it and I would say embody it, yes. So when you do that, it's much more easier to just bounce back into that state again. Just doing a deep breath and just, oh,
Yes.
okay, I'm here again now.
Mhm.
Right. Not so difficult when you have done the work. But first, of course, you have to do the real work. You know, it's real work to get there usually because you have to just surrender yourself and let go of yourself in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let go of a story of yourself, an attachment of yourself. And for that to be true, that's the real pickle, you know, because your ego is in the way. And for that to, it will be really easy if the ego was not there at all, you know, and had no desires for doing it for itself. Because then you could be, oh, I'm just laying back and I'm at peace, absolutely, completely peace, and I'm just floating there. But because of the ego and all the resistance and the fear and all that, all the layers of fear, there are new levels, new layers of fear that you have to face to achieve a new state of consciousness. And it's nowhere around it, because if you don't go through it, then you are not in your truth. And that's the challenge, and that's the real, you have to be truthful to yourself, right? And when you have one of yourself, it's really no one else outside to win over, but one of yourself and one of your fears, your shadows, you unlock the gifts in that. And then everything from that awareness, when you have unlocked a new awareness, you will not lose it. It's impossible for you to lose. You can forget it for a while, but it will come back to you. So you cannot lose a state of consciousness. It's impossible when you have unlocked it.
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
I have very little fear left, almost nothing at all now, because I don't find it useful to entertain that thought of fear. No, it's not useful anymore. So I surrender to it. And if I find some fear, I can promise you guys, I'm hunting it like straight on, because there is the gift.
Yes.
So I'm going for it.
Well, that's your courage, frequency, and adversity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. That's beautiful. You know, this weekend, Bruce Lipton said to people, the state of the world, you have manifested it. All the chaos that you see is your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I think that's so great. But how many people actually, truly get it, right?
They don't take that responsibility. It's too painful for them to look in the mirror and say to themselves, wow, you created that shit.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? It's easier to hide under the blanket.
Yes, or just say it's them, they, it's
blaming game.
Right, blaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me share a couple of poems with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
you wrote them, yes?
I have written all my poems, yeah. Yes. Okay, maybe before I do that, I've written some. I was in a good flow state, and I wrote down a few statements about peace and what is peace, right? Maybe I share that. It's not a long thing. Peace. what is this interesting word coming from? What is peace? I can tell you, as I'm living in this state every day now, not every moment, of course, but every day now, and has for a while, when there comes to, there will be no more real fight in you when there is peace. When all your strives and your ego desires have finally lost its edge, the sharp thorns, you know, and fall silent inside your heart, there is peace. When you expect nothing, but still appreciate and are grateful for everything, there is peace. When you find yourself in deep creative flow, when there is creativity, like pure creativity, there is peace. When you love your whole heart and of your whole heart, and you give all of you into your creation of art, whatever art you're doing, whatever you're doing in the moment, there is peace. When you see with your inner eyes what others do not see because your heart is still, that's your natural state, there is peace. When you love beyond measure and expect nothing back, there is peace. Of course, love, peace, it's the same thing. When you find joy in every moment, even moments of pain, there is peace. When the world storms around you and you feel every human state there is, but still keep your calm with a heart of compassion, there is peace. When wild animals come to you and feel safe around you, there is peace. When you see and feel pain in another human being, but do not fear it, you help heal it. With no expectations they will ever do anything for you back, there is peace. For me, of course, this is peace. When your surroundings change for your betterment as divine gifts without you needing to do anything about it, then I would say you are living at peace. When bathing in salty water in the ocean, there is peace, as we know now from the frequency readings. And it was interesting to see that the ocean has 600 peace consciousness. When taking a shower and cleansing your body and your aura in the morning, there is peace. When your days no longer follow schedules or the hours of the clock, but you flow with the present moment, there is peace. When you no matter what happens, keep your serenity and calmness without getting stressed, angry, or lose yourself in emotional states, but still strongly can feel that, there is peace. Peace is a state of consciousness, as I mentioned, it's not the emotion. So when you understand this and you start to heal your inner shadows every day until your heart flows into stillness, it can be one day that you suddenly have done your work and you say, wow, now I can feel it, now I can see. And you surrender to the present moment, and you do not lose that state easily. You know that you have attained the consciousness level of peace. Before you can get there, you have to truly love yourself on all levels. And also your hurts, your shadows, your pain, your story, your previous scars, your parents, your whatever who hurt you. You have to forgive it back. You have to give it back to creation itself. You have to forgive. And then you will find joy and beauty in every moment of your life, even the tough ones. They have much beauty in them also. Even I see them as the most beautiful dream. Some of them, yeah. So the poem I have written, one of my last poems actually, is called Peace. Flow, my dear, flow. Peace is the state of surrender. All your fears and weapons go into deeper states of love. With every breath you die into the now. Your life becomes awe and wow. No fear, my dear, no fear. With every in-breath you are reborn, the phoenix is rising. You remove every thorn. The present moment is all there is. You cannot fake it. life is like this. You are becoming, yes, coming into being, awareness of the present moment. You are finally seeing. Not only with your true beautiful eyes, you see life as deep as the ocean. With your inner eyes, with the sea now, all becomes clear. The water of life is still. You let go into higher will. In humbleness, your strength resides. There are no more strifes. You will feel and care deeply for every life. With compassion and empathy you lead. To abundance of self-love you heed. No longer compete. Yes, your mind is at ease. Your ego lost the battle of control. Your soul has taken hold. Soul's truth integrated in the now. Body and spirit is as one. You're never alone. Peace. This is your natural state. You just forgot how it was. You need faith. True paradise must first be lived inside. To live in the Garden of Eden. When you become peace, you manifest with ease. Beauty all around you. True self-worth. Paradise on earth. Still the same wind blows on us all. You even sometimes fall. But your inner state remains. You always return back again. Into peace. Into ease. Seek peace, my dear ones. Seek peace. And the world will be as one, as written in the song of John Lennon. Seek peace.
Wow, so
So
beautiful.
this I wrote the first of November this month.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Yeah. Can I just have 2 more poems? And then
Yes, please.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
when you have a chance like this, you know you have to
Please.
grab it with both hands.
we'll stop all the commercials. Don't worry. Please don't.
Take the commercial in between here. All right. Consciousness. That's quite fitting now, right? So consciousness. That's the name of the next poem. What is the ocean of thought? How does your heart know how and when to beat? How do your body regulate the heat? How does your cells know what to do? How did you become you? What is the field of everything? What stops the time and frees the moment to make you see what loves, what flows? What brings awareness to the present moment? What if you listen to the void of silence? What if you listen without ears? What brings the words, the sounds, the music in every living soul? What sparks emotions, moves your soul, makes you whole? What is creativity? What brings sensitivity? What does it come from? Where does it come from? What brings the night? What is the light? What is the silent voice of all knowingness? That spark igniting new ideas and epiphanies? What inspires willingness? What makes the universe aware of itself? Who is the observer who witnessed the observer? What is life? Consciousness. Everything and nothing. Nothing more and nothing less. Awareness. Consciousness. This I wrote to March 2021. So this is not me. This is consciousness flowing through me in a state when I'm feeling almost in enlightenment state, because this is how I communicate actually with consciousness itself. I just open up as a channel and it flows through me. So it's just happening. It's not even me writing. Afterwards I read the poem and like, did I really write that? My brain is like, wow, okay, that was interesting. So the next one is compassion. Feeling so deep, the pain of the other, though save them not and leave them be. Try not to take it on yourself to bother, no use to put their lives as me. Although you feel so deep discomfort, joy and happiness alike, you are your truth, you care, You share your time, your happiness, your love. You never ask how. You flow with time as lovers do. You even truly love you. What beauty you bring, compassionate one, what light you send by being true. Grateful and blessed are all with eyes to see, the other as part of me, and all as part of we. Awareness you have in abundance, seeking to help and to serve, the nerve to stand up for the smaller ones. Your light make the world a better place, a safer place. You start time with blessing and pause the race. Pause the race. Your divine feminine attributes fits into place. Your softness smoothens the sharpest edge. In love and compassion, you put your life's pledge. Oh dear one, you are so deeply beloved, compassionate one, your heartful soul. You bring the world hope, you see others whole. True love and compassion. These are all the 30th of April this year.
Wow. I just thought of Rumi.
Mhm.
This poem like reminded me of Rumi's essence.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
That's beautiful.
beautiful. Well, people are asking if you could share this in our community, your
Mhm.
poems. That would be
Now,
amazing.
of course, it's not mine to keep at all, so I will share everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So of course, I will share I can share my Google Drive link for view only, so I can share so everybody can just see. And if you want, I will also share my thoughts and philosophies. I'm adding to that every day, so you can get access to that as well if you want to.
Yes.
Sounds
Of
great.
course,
Thank
then you get into my quirky mind and consciousness, of course. So you read it with your heart, because your brain is not equipped to really process consciousness levels at peace. You will understand it when you read it. You have to go into your heart.
Mhm.
So because this is flowing through me at the state of peace, and when people try to read words that come from consciousness levels that's not their own, they try to analyze it. And that's the wrong way to go. You have
Right.
to open your heart to it, and you have to flow through it. And it's written in you could call it written in a language of branches, because you write from a spiritual place, and it should be read by the heart, like that.
It's beautiful.
Yes, definitely.
Shanti wants
I
to
agree.
know what it's like to have intuition at 700.
No, it feels like you know everything, and that's really a pickle for your ego, because yeah, you have to work with your ego on that one, because you get into this so your ego try to make you this figure you are not really. You are everything, but it tries to make you a figure of something, but it's really an extreme flow of awareness that you okay, I cannot express this with words. I'm sorry, it's hard. That's really the hardest part to describe what it feels like to connect close to enlightenment, or to enlightenment with.
You know, if I may say
It
something.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's it.
You already said it before, and I'll remind people what you
Yeah.
said, because that's what that is. You said it is not mine to keep.
Yeah.
And the only way you can say that is if you're experiencing that frequency. And that is the truth.
Well, is a sign of detachment as
Yes.
well, right? As you mentioned earlier. Yes.
You become a channel for consciousness itself, and you become an empty vessel somehow. And what flows through you in the now. It's not your mind will never be sure about anything. I can tell you this much. You have to be here and now. There's your mind will always have doubt, so it's not your mind working there.
Yes.
That's why it's so hard to describe this, because well, it's a flow, it's a consciousness level beyond the mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Have I answered all the questions?
Oh, let's see. Yes, before you do, let's see. Let's just look. I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Casey, for sharing that you felt this presence of peace throughout. Yeah, that's warming my heart for sure. I'm happy about that. Very happy to read that.
All right, how do we turn all the cameras on? Hang on, let me just see. Oh, here. There you go. There, all your beautiful faces are. Good to see you.
I'm impressed everybody stayed on for all the time.
Right. I don't know how to turn the camera on, Taya, because if
So
you...
of course, they all want to
hang on.
taste the peace level of consciousness.
Turn it on.
Thank you, Mila. Thank you so much. Yeah, so my advice to everybody, do everything you can to become your authentic self and just be you. That was my ending words.
Thank you. Thank you, Shadow. Leanne has a question for you. I have another question. Are you consciously aware when the shift in consciousness is about to happen? Is there a distinct feeling based on your experience in hindsight?
That's also a very good question. Incredible good questions, really. Yeah, I sense it beforehand. It is some form of you almost feel like the birthing process. It's really the best description I can give. It is a birthing process. You are birthing a new consciousness in yourself. So it's a pregnancy period, and then the contractions of this consciousness is contracting inside you, and it's contracting, and you will feel it's stronger and stronger. You get glimpses of it, and it flowers and it blooms. Like that. This is the description. Since I've gone all the way down and all the way back, I can tell you guys, yeah, this is how it happens. To me.
Thank you for sharing that. Oh, Jeff was asking Jeffrey, does that contracting stimulate fear in the body or ego? That's really
good. Also a powerful question. More in the ego, I would say. You have to watch your ego very carefully, very closely, especially, and of course, in the lower consciousness frequencies, you will feel the fear of it. Of course, a lot of fear. You have to get through the fear, or else you will not embody it. That's the resistance you have, and then the ego, yeah, it wants to shine all the time, wants to be the shiny one and wants to all this stuff the ego wants, right? So just watch it and observe it, because your consciousness is not your ego. Yeah. You will understand that as you grow, that it's like two separate entities that struggles inside of you in a way. Yes, so it's for you to observe. For you to observe.
Yeah, I like what Jeff wrote. Yeah, your ego feels it as death, while consciousness feels it as birth.
That's beautiful.
No, not really. Not really. But it might feel like that in lower consciousness fields.
But
it is. Well, sorry.
No.
Well, since ego is just thought, it is ego that triggers the emotion of fear, right?
It's your mind. It's
your mind. When you are experiencing that misalignment, right?
Yeah. Now, what I wanted to say too, in regards to what Jeffrey asked, because I think it's a very important question. Do you feel it in your ego? I say yes, and then he referenced the body, and I think that if you're very much connected to feeling through your body, that you will also feel it in your body.
Sure.
It's always connected. Because it's a body's way of creating this defense. You go into fight or flight, right? So
the hormones are created in your body. Yeah, you flood your, like with adrenaline, or so it's a holistic system. And your mind give directions and all that stuff, so you can go deep into that if you want to, but
Yes.
It is for us to observe and let go of this this control, that it's not that entity inside of you that is controlling you. Let it be your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Excellent.
That's why it's important to remind ourselves that you are I am before you are Crystal, Marie, Elsa, Cheto,
Mm-hmm.
Mila, Eva, Jennifer, Leanne, Thea, Casey, Krista, Maggie, Evelyn, Maruska, right? And it is I am that it is seeing through your eyes. And it is I am, which is your true self, that it is touching with your fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is before your I am, before you are Elsa, Marie, Alejandro, Elena.
We just forgot who we were on the way.
Yes.
And then we remember, like,
Right.
yeah. And
Then it's easier to separate ourselves from the mind, right? Or from what the ego is trying to dictate.
Mm-hmm.
all the conditioning of what you are not, right? That's what we are here to unlearn. We're not here to learn anything, really. Everything is there. Everything, like everything,
Mm-hmm.
is in your consciousness. Everything that has ever been created and ever will is there already. You just have to unlearn stuff. That's what you're here. You're not here to learn anything new. It's just opening up to the consciousness of everything. And you have everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes.
That's all you will ever need.
Crystal says, I sometimes feel like my ego needs my love, I assume, and comfort,
Of course.
right? To heal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's, give it as much self-love and love that you can pour into it. Right? And it's a saying that for your true and absolute fullest embodiment, and it's a story about Michael, the Archangel Michael, and Lucifer. And Archangel Michael goes against Lucifer, and there should be a battle, but instead Archangel Michael takes Lucifer into his arms and bring him into his love and transmute him into the angel of light that he is. This is the fullest of embodiment. That's that kind of story. So this is an archetype story. We have lots of these funny stories.
It reminds me of last week we started something. I hope you guys have been doing it. Sending light to our world leaders and all the people that are making all the important decisions, because it's not about being in dissonance with them, but sending them love in order to create the shift.
So any volunteers who wants to hug Anthony Fauci?
I would hug.
I will do it.
I will do it too.
I look forward to that. But
Yeah.
I would really do that.
I'll hug every one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. Now we have enough volunteers. We can
Yes.
change the world. One hug at a time.
Yes.
One hug at a time.
Thank you, Cheryl, for being here. Thank you all for being here.
Okay, thank you all for listening to all my words here. I appreciate so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing yourself openly and from the heart, as always. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Beautiful example. You know, I always say it's nice to be able to feel. What does that frequency feel like? And I'm glad that for those people that have joined.
Just ask me if you want to have more questions. Just contact me. I'm all here to serve. Really.
Yeah. And please post your beautiful poetry in our community.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I will.
Yes.
I will share my poetry and all my thoughts and philosophies, and you can.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
Marvel in it if you want.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Thank you so much. All the
All right.
best to all of you. And until next time, much love, big hugs. Thank God this group exists.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All the best. Ciao.